around a little bit, but I said, isn't that a shame when a guy that weighs 283 pounds is the smallest guy in your line? I'm just talking out loud like the knucklehead I usually am. Well, I think, we think most about the last game, do we not? At least, I think everybody thinks, they reflect back on the most current outing. And I think in that ball game, he did get on one receiver and stay on him, visually with his eyes. I didn't see him moving the safety with his eyes like he normally does. And he probably got locked on a couple of guys more than he should have. That's a point of emphasis for us this week, to get him back from a mechanical point of view to doing things, and to make sure that you are seeing the field and you're not going out there and playing with tunnel vision.
Thank you much, Joe.
You bet. Good. Not a game does a season make, however, but he had a good game, a very good game. But if you were to study Purdue offensive football over the years, you would see that, traditionally speaking, that inside receiver leads the team in receptions. It was true with Chris Daniels. It was true with John Staniford. It's true with Taylor Stubblefield. It's true with Dorian Bryant, and most likely it'll be true with Desmond Tardy. Oh, it's significantly different. I think last year with Morelli, they were more of a drop back type pass team. Anthony Morelli was going to throw the football from the pocket. He'd throw some on the move, but not nearly like we're getting this year out of Clark. I think that Darryl Clark brings another element to the field with his run threat. I'm not at Penn State, so I don't really know the chronologically when this came about, but I did see their bowl game last year, the Alamo Bowl, and I saw how when he went in there, how the demeanor of their offense changed, and I made a comment to our coaches in the offseason that we're going to see a different looking Penn State team this year with Clark at quarterback, and certainly that's been the case. So it's a much different offense. It still has big play potential. I get more impressed each tape I look at with Evan Royster, but it seems like we've been playing against these receivers for 6 or 7 years, and I know that isn't true, but Williams and Butler and Norwood have been around a long time, been starting against us. So you see the same type of skill outside, but certainly the biggest change from an offensive direction point of view is at the quarterback position. Garrett's holding in there, but isn't that something? I was just talking to Danny Hope last night. Corey Benton, wrenched a knee in the game, strained a knee in the game, and talking to Denny last night, he's much improved. You'll have him at practice, But I was talking with Coach Hope, and I said, when I watch our offensive line, Corey, who is the smallest of the group, physically sometimes gets tossed around a little bit. But I said, isn't that a shame when a guy that weighs 283 pounds is the smallest guy in your line? That's what the games come to. And I bring that up because Miller actually weighs less, although he's substantially taller. And he's doing a good job of playing hard and the like, but it seems like each week he's picking up something. He's either got a knuckle or an elbow or a shoulder or a hip or something, and he keeps on ticking and makes it back the next week. But he's got a lot more tape on him now than he did a month ago. I want to ask a question. Why do reporters want to know about injuries so much? I got thinking about that. If I were a reporter, why would I want to know about an injury? Then I thought, well, I'd want to know about an injury so that my public could know. Then I got thinking, why does my public want to know? They are intently interested so that they can place their bet on the game. Otherwise, why would I report an injury? What value is there to that? Must be some. I don't know. I'm not in your shoes.
You talk to yourself, or do you want me?
I'm just talking out loud like the knucklehead I usually am. Yeah, I was watching tape last night on him, and you know, whenever you look at an opponent, you obviously you're looking for, you know, how your specific offense might be most effective against their defense, alignment-wise, schematically, etc. But you're always looking at their personnel too, and saying, okay, we want to go in this direction because of this guy. I think it's a typical Penn State team. There aren't any weaknesses out there. There's no one where you can say, hey, let's go after this corner, or let's go after this safety, or whatever, or let's run the ball at this linebacker. So aren't any of those holes, so to speak, that show up. And as a result, I would label it a typical Penn State defense.